Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Koika Volunteer Program. Have you ever heard of Microsoft Excel? If this is your first time using Excel, that's completely okay. We'll learn step by step together. This training course has 9 lessons from basic skill to advanced skill. If you follow each lesson carefully, you will be able to use Excel with confidence. Today is our first lesson. This lesson is an introduction to Excel. We will learn the most important basic features. If you're new Excel, or if you use Excel at work but do not use Word to start, this lesson is for you. Let's begin. Today's lesson uses Microsoft 365 Excel. Your screen may look a little different if you use another version. However, all the functions in this lesson will work in Excel 2010 and later versions. When you open Excel, you will see a Start screen. Here, you can open a recent file or create a new file. For today's lesson, click Blank Workbook. First, let's look at the Excel screen. At the top of the window, you can see tabs such as Home, Insert, and Page Layout. These tabs organize our Excel feature into groups. You will use these tabs very often. When you click a tab, you will see the ribbon below it. For example, the Home tab contains formatting tools. The Insert tab contains tools for table, chart, and pivot table. You do not need to memorize these tools now. As you use Excel more often, you will become familiar with them. Some groups have a small arrow in the bottom right corner. Click this arrow to see more options. Now, let's look at the worksheet. A worksheet is made of rows and columns. Columns are labeled A, B, C, and so on. Rows are labeled 1, 2, 3, and so on. Where a row and column meet, we call a cell. For example, the cell at column D and row 4 is called D4. When you click a cell, its address appears in the name box. Click a cell to select one cell. Click a row number to select the whole row. Click the small triangle in the top left corner to select the entire worksheet. Hold Ctrl and click different cells to select multiple cells. When several cells are selected together, they form a range. A range is written as first cell, last cell. For example, B3 to C8. Usually, you do not type range manually. You simply drag your mouse to select them. At the bottom left of the screen, you can see worksheet tabs. A workbook can contain many worksheets. To add a new worksheet, click the plus button. To copy a worksheet, hold Ctrl and drag the worksheet tab. This is very useful shortcut. Sometimes you need to make a worksheet large or smaller. You can hold Ctrl and scroll the mouse wheel, or use the zoom slider in the bottom right corner. Now, let's create a simple example. Click cell A1 and type Monthly Vacation Report. Press Enter. You will notice that the text is longer than the cell width. In Excel, text can extend into the next empty cell. Now, let's enter a number. Type 123123. You will see number sign. This means the column is too narrow to display the number. To fix this, simply increase the column width. Now delete the content using the delete key. Now let's enter the header below. The first one is months. The second one is people vaccinated. The third one is cost per person. And the last one is total cost. Before we continue, there is one important thing you should know when entering data. You can use the arrow keys when entering data, but using the tab key is very important. For example, type 1, press the right arrow key. Type 2, press the right arrow key. Then the type 3, and press enter. Excel move down from the last cell. Then you need to move back to left again. Now, what happens if you use the tab key? Type 1, press tab. Type 2, press tab. Type 3, and press enter. Excel automatically moves to the next row from the row where you started entering data. This makes data entry much more convenient. Now, let's move to next worksheet. I have already prepared a temporary monthly vaccinated report. First, let's enter January in the months column. Move your mouse to the bottom right corner of the cell. The cursor will change into small black close. Then drag it downward. Autofill will be applied automatically. For this lesson, let's fill the months only up to June. Now, let's enter value for people vaccinated and cost per person. For people vaccinated, enter 5 and 10. For cost per person, enter 10,000. Next, select the range and drag it downward using autofill. Excel recognizes the pattern. The people vaccinated value increased by 5, and the cost per person value repeats 10,000. The values are filled automatically. Now, let's calculate total cost. The amount is people vaccinated multiplied by cost per person. Select the first cell under total cost. Type an equal sign. Then enter people vaccinated multiplied by cost per person. The same formula will be applied to the cell below. So, if you use autofill, our amount will be calculated at once. Now, let's format the report and add the grand total to complete the monthly vacation report. If you look at the data, you will notice that numbers and text are aligned differently. By default, Excel aligns number to the right and text to the left. Select the header low. Then click Center Align on the Home tab. The header will be centered. For numbers, it's a good idea to add 1000 separators. Select the number range, then click the comma style button. Excel adds 1000 separators automatically. Now, let's format the title. Select the title range, then click Merge and Center. The cell will be merged into the cell. Change the fill color to black. Change the font color to white. And make the text bold. Now the title is complete. Next, select the header range and press Ctrl B. The text becomes bold. Then add a thick bottom border from the border options. Now the headers are complete. Finally, let's calculate the total. Select the 3 cells including the word total. Then click Merge and Center. Now select the cell below the Amount column. Click AutoSum on the Home tab. Excel automatically inserts the sum function. This function calculates the total amount. Check that range is selected correctly. Then press Enter. The total amount will be calculated. We'll learn more about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in the next lesson. Now, let's format the total row. Press Ctrl B to make the text bold. Then add thick border to the top and bottom. Now, the monthly vacation report is complete. In today's lesson, we'll review the most important Excel basic that every beginner should know. If you have any question about today's lesson, please leave a comment. I will leave you your question and provide an answer. Thank you for joining lesson today. See you in the next lesson.